Right, welcome to Book of Flowers spring course. Today we're going to be making a hand-tied bouquet with a variation of flowers. I haven't conditioned the flowers, these have all come in fresh this morning out of our stockpile, which is just there. So today we're going to use, I'll talk about the foliages first. This is called China grass. It's got a lovely variegated leaf with the cream and the green. So we'll put that in a pile. As you're pulling your flowers out, keep them into piles of the same. It's easier for when we're putting it together to go to the ones that are already together for you. We've got some birch twigs, and I'll tell you a little bit about why we've decided to include these in this particular design in a bit. We've got lovely silver tone eucalyptus, and we need to be stripping off any of the leaves that we think will be going below our hand tying point, which is anything that's going to be going in water. So even little bits like that, they all need to be stripped away and just trimmed off so it's nice and clean. I might even take a little bit more off at the bottom there just before we're about to make the hand tied. Then we have leather leaf, and that's to go around the actual flowers as like a frame. So that's your last that's going in. For our focal, we've got a rose, and this particular one's called Cupcake, and it's a very delicate pink. Now when you get roses, the sepal petals, they're the weather petals that protect the head itself, need to come away so that you're left with a lovely rose. See how that's looking nice and neat and tidier now. These are just to protect them. As florists, we leave them on till we're just about to take our bouquets out, because that holds them tight. Also, we don't need any of this. Now this particular variety isn't too bad with the thorns, but some have got loads. And what we use is a rose stripper, and we just cup it around the stem and strip it down, and that takes the thorns and any greenery that we don't want away. Okay, then we've got wax flower in this lovely yellow, and this one is called Thai yellow, and we need to trim that down slightly. So you could cut it, and you could actually include this bit in the design, as long as you're taking the lower pieces away. So all these lower stems of foliage, they're going to turn the water basically if we leave them on, which will kill the flowers quicker because it causes bacteria. Then we've got this lovely mint green carnation, and this variety is called New York, and we've got 3 of those. So if they're coming in, and because they're tight, because they're fresh, we just want to roll the calyx between your finger and thumb, which is the green knob bit at the bottom, and just fluff the tops and encourage them to open, and you've got a fuller head. So there's 3 of those, leaving everything in a pile together so all the varieties are ready individually. Then, anyone know what these are? Ranunculus, that's right. And these are called La Creme. They're a soft lemon colour. Again, we need to be stripping the stems that are going below the tying point, and we've got 3 of these. So we're just going to strip them away, and there as well. So there your La Creme ranunculus. Okay, you know what these are. Go on then. Tulips. I'll be testing you later. This variety is called Molto Matta. I don't expect you to know all the varieties, Lisa. Okay. And then we have Santini, which is like a mini chrysanthemum spray. And this variety is rosy white, lemon rosy white. Okay. just explain, all we've done is take away the flowers from your vases which are in the back, strip them all individually and leave them all in piles of the same flowers together because it's easier for us to work and putting them together. That's all we've done. So we'll move the vase away. Again, this all needs to come away. So between your hand and strip that down. Take any sort of broken heads or leaves which inevitably happen. This is a lovely filler. We've got gorgeous single flowers, and these are what we class a filler flower, which is full of little flowers. So we'll strip the other two stems. Okay. I've also got a tie of twine ready, and the box and the cellophane, we'll show you how to assemble them in a minute. So I'm putting the hand tied together first. The focal flower, as we said before, is a rose, so that's coming into the centre of the hand tied. Then we need to frame this, so I suggest that we use our wax flower just around it so it's nicely framed. Then eucalyptus. Now I'm going to make two out of that because it's quite long and tall. So, of course, it's quite a tough stem. We've got secateurs if you need them. And everything that's going in front of your hand tied needs to go in the slant, coming across, down to left. It's, I'm trying to think of your left and right, and then anything at the back down to the right. Now where my hand is, there should be no foliages, so we need to just take those away. It's hard to judge how much foliage is until you get to this point on some things, but it is important that we do take it away. Okay, so we're already starting to create a bit of a shape there. Then I suggest that we use the ranunculus next. So the flower head is to come to the left, the stem down to the right, quarter turn, so that everything is going in a diagonal, and these stems will create a spiral which will help the bouquet stand. Slightly turn again, and exactly the same, so that you're looking, you've got your three patterned around your focal. Then I'm going to use the tulips in between the ranunculus. Now they bow over, or you can have them faced up, it's up to you. In between each ranunculus, high on the height, but don't forget tulips continually grow. So if you wanted to tuck them down slightly, tomorrow they'll probably be up to the level of the other flowers because they carry on growing in water. At this point, this is where birch is useful. It acts like a scaffold. Because those tulips are carrying on growing, they can be getting a bit swan-necked. So this kind of, if you put one of these as your support for the tulip, if you need to twist the head around, that'll hold it up and keep it in position. So if you put your three birch there, okay, the flowers will always move. So you go there, you go there. Don't worry about it too much till the end, and then we can, because we're only, the grip's got to be firm enough so that they're not falling through, but not tight enough so you're not crushing the stems, and we've got movement at the end to reposition the flowers. I'm going to put my china grass in just to have it bowing over, and it adds like another 3D like the birch. See, those tulips are too close together and they're annoying me, but I'm going to resist. Then we're going to go for our lovely New York carnations. Pattern those again. So in on the slant, quarter turn, in on the slant, quarter turn. Okay, the last flowers, any broken heads, as I say, just take away and tidy up as you go. It's our Santini mini chrysanthemums, and they're going in, and they're a lovely filler to enclose all those sorts of big gaps. Right, so stand back, hold it up and look at it and see, actually that's a little bit low, we need to lift these carnations up so they're seen. I would say that these two tulips are too close together, so I'm just going to pull it out and pop it in where I'm wanting it. Same with the birch there, they both didn't do as they were told. Okay, so there's our hand tied of flowers, and then just to frame the leather leaf as an edging. So like so, and like so. And that's your hand tied bouquet. Quick last check to make sure there's no leaves or bits going to be in the water at this stage. That's the last chance to do it. Neaten everything off, like so. And then our tie, just your little finger, take the string over like so and pull it around. Your fingers acted like a loop to pull those two ends together, one way, one the other. Balance it on the side of your table and do a double knot. I will show you. Don't really, because that will cut into the stems, but because it's string it's not going to slip. So you need to be firm, but not so that it's going to be like a cheese wire cutting through. Cut your ends. We let that just rest on the side for a minute. Clean your counter off because we're going to cut the cellophane next and prepare the packaging. There's a choice of silver or green for your top part of your wrapping. So you need 2 pieces to do this, at approximately this width to match. Okay, and then they need to be folded in half, but like the 2 peaks, like so. Same for this one to match. And there's our stockpile there, because we're making them so quick we have to make loads. And then for your bottom, which is going to be holding the water and the stems, you need a bigger square. Pull that out. For the size of this, get the top edge corner, bring it over, and that should be ample to contain the stems and the water. Okay, so that's the cellophane prepared. Just pop that one side there. Ribbon, it's quite easy. This is our tie, which is called polytear ribbon. And then we just do a nice little bow, scrunch it together in the middle, and then cut it on the slant so it's nice and neat, and then tie, double knot, like so. Okay, and the last thing before oh, it's easy, your box. So you can see the bottom. Fold the U in first, then the 2 sides underneath, and then the big guy under the U. Turn it upside down, flatten those down. See that lip there? That's the back of the box. Okay, so we're aiming to put the bouquet And that's the back of the bouquet. Now for the wrapping. Open up your tops. Hold it against. I just moved that. There's your tying point with your string. So cut it around so it acts like a skirt almost. Bring the two sides at the back together, and we need to catch that in with a piece of sellotape like so, and then we're going to do another piece the opposite side, cuffed like so around the tying point, piece of sellotape in there, maybe want to just anchor the top. Then for your box, ideally this is going to sit in the box at about this height. So we need to be cutting the stems. You can measure this against your box about here. Cut them straight, like so. And then the bottom bit, which is the magic bit that nobody gets, how we do. Open it up so you've got the stems around the centre of your folded piece of clear cellophane. Lie it down, scoop all the cellophane up quite tightly. You don't want much slack here because that's going to contain the water. So that's going to be held in place by the bow. That's going to replace my hand. Tie your ribbon. This has got to be tight as well. This is holding it all together, keeping it all together. So I advise that you tie a knot on the top of the bow and then come under your ribbon and tie another one underneath there, and that's quite secure then. You can curl your tails if you want to, or cut them off, up to yourselves. Hold your bouquet on the table, arm's length, so you can see in the cellophane where the stems are. And now we're going to place the water in. So you want to angle it so that you can see the water's running down in the middle to fill that bubble. You don't want to overfill it, but you don't want to miss any shorter stems. So approximately there will be good. Okay. Then your box, that one's the back there. And that's it. That's what you're doing today. Okay, so if you want to come through to the back and we'll sort out what we're up to and we'll make our own. So I've got a table with a chair. Yeah, that's fine, no problem. Yeah, no worries. Jem,